For over 2 decades, their love has been in the public eye, celebrated, scrutinized, and sometimes tested. But through it all, their devotion to each other has remained unshaken. How did their journey begin? What challenges did they face? And what is the secret to their enduring love? To truly understand their love story, we must first go back to a time before they even met, when coming out in Hollywood was considered career suicide. A time when Ellen DeGeneres took the biggest risk of her life. Before Ellen DeGeneres became one of the most influential talk show hosts in history, she was a struggling stand-up comedian, trying to make a name for herself. By the late 90s, she had reached stardom with her sitcom Ellen, but behind the scenes, she was hiding a secret that threatened to end her career.
I'm gay.
In 1997, Ellen made history by coming out as gay on national television, a groundbreaking moment for LGBTQ+ representation. But the backlash was brutal. Her sitcom was canceled. She was blacklisted from Hollywood. For nearly 3 years, she was out of work. No roles, no invitations, nothing. But Ellen refused to give up. Determined to reclaim her career, Ellen reinvented herself. And just as she was rebuilding her life, she met the woman who would change everything, Portia de Rossi. Portia de Rossi was born in Australia and began her career as a model and actress. By the late 90s, she had made it to Hollywood, starring in Ally McBeal. But behind her success, she was facing a personal battle that few knew about.
To think about food that much and in that way was when I realized that I was suffering from an eating disorder.
She lived in fear of being outed, fear of losing everything. But then, in 2001, she met Ellen for the first time. It was an ordinary night at a Hollywood event. Backstage, 2 women crossed paths, one openly gay, the other deeply closeted. For Portia, it was love at first sight.
She is considerate and kind and wonderful and neat.
For 3 years, she kept her feelings a secret, until fate brought them together again. 3 years after their first encounter, they met again. This time, something changed. This time, they couldn't ignore it. This time, they fell in love. And with that, their love story truly began. By 2005, their relationship was no longer a secret. The world had taken notice. For the first time, Portia had stepped into the public eye, not just as an actress, but as Ellen's partner. The scrutiny was immediate. For Ellen, this wasn't new. But for Portia, it was terrifying. She had spent years hiding who she was. And now, she was being watched by millions. But Ellen was there. She held Portia's hand, both literally and figuratively, through it all. Their love became a statement, a symbol of strength, a defiant act in a world that was still learning to accept same-sex love. The Golden Globes after-party in 2005 marked a turning point. This was no longer a secret. They were together, and the world was watching. But as their love story blossomed in public, so did the rumors. The whispers of, will they last? Will Portia regret coming out? Will Hollywood accept them? But Ellen and Portia didn't just survive the pressure, they thrived. In 2008, history was made. California's Supreme Court ruled in favor of same-sex marriage. Ellen, who had spent years advocating for LGBTQ+ rights, wasted no time.
So I would like to say right now, for the first time, I am announcing I am getting married.
This was more than just a proposal. It was a cultural moment. For the first time, a same-sex celebrity couple was getting legally married in America, and the world celebrated with them. But for them, it wasn't about making a statement. It was about love. A love that had defied the odds, survived scrutiny, and now was ready for forever. On August 16, 2008, in an intimate ceremony at their Beverly Hills home, Ellen and Portia became wife and wife. Only 19 close friends and family attended. Their mothers, their best friends, no media, no Hollywood spectacle, just love. For a couple who had spent so many years hiding their love, this moment was pure freedom. They were finally, truly, undeniably married. But as they embarked on married life, challenges lay ahead. Challenges that would test their bond, their resilience, and their love. With fame comes scrutiny, and with scrutiny come rumors. Through every rumor, every headline, their love remained unshaken. Because at the end of the day, this wasn't a Hollywood relationship. This was real. This was home. For nearly 2 decades, the Ellen DeGeneres show dominated daytime television. With its feel-good energy, generous giveaways, and Ellen's signature dance moves, it became a cultural phenomenon. But in 2020, everything changed. Ellen, known for her kindness, was suddenly facing a PR nightmare. Accusations of a toxic work culture emerged from former employees. Suddenly, the beloved talk show host was at the center of controversy. For the first time in her career, Ellen wasn't making headlines for her success, but for scandal. People demanded accountability. Others questioned if the woman who preached kindness had been hiding something all along.
Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I feel the love, and I send it back to you. Bye.
It was one of the toughest moments of her life. But through it all, Portia never wavered. Portia, the woman who had once feared coming out because of Hollywood, now stood in defiance of the media storm surrounding her wife. She made one thing clear: she wasn't going anywhere. While the world debated Ellen's fate, their marriage remained unshaken. And as the dust settled, Ellen made a shocking decision, one that would change everything. After 19 seasons, Ellen announced the end of her talk show. It was the end of an era, but also the beginning of something new.
And this show has forever changed my life. It is the greatest experience I have ever had.
In January 2023, Portia turned 50. Friends and family gathered to celebrate. But Ellen had no idea. This wasn't just a birthday party. It was something much bigger. Kris Jenner, acting as the officiant, suddenly announced that Portia had planned a vow renewal ceremony. Portia turned to Ellen and delivered words that left everyone speechless. It was a full-circle moment. 15 years after their first wedding, their love had only deepened. This was not a Hollywood romance. This was a true, lasting love. But there was still one more surprise, left one final chapter in their love story. In late 2024, after decades in the spotlight, they left Hollywood behind and moved to the English countryside. Their new home, in the idyllic Cotswolds, is a far cry from Beverly Hills. For Ellen and Portia, this move wasn't about running away. It was about starting fresh, a new beginning, far from the cameras, where they could just be themselves. Ellen and Portia's love story is more than just a celebrity romance. It's proof that real love survives anything,